That's a lot of cheese. Hi, I'm Keith, the competition pitmaster. Welcome to Barbecue Backroads, where we travel the back roads of America in search of America's finest barbecue. So in today's episode, we're going to La Mesa to check out Smokey and the Brisket. Let's go! A little bit more about myself. I've been on the barbecue competition trail for 13 years, taking my bike to quite a few of them. One of the highlights was going to Wendover, Nevada for a barbecue competition and heading just over the Utah border to the Bonneville Speed Trials, riding my bike on the salt flats. My favorite was riding to Casper, Wyoming, and going through the Rockies in October and finishing the ride in Yellowstone. I'm always looking for the next barbecue adventure, and especially on my bike. Love to ride. That's awesome. Honda 450.
How you doing?
You must be Eddie.
I am.
What do you got that's like your favorite thing that you have on the menu?
For me, brisket. One thing that's in the beginning we started.
That's usually the go-to.
You know? Yeah, it's a go-to. And because it has a long, for me, brisket has a long story. It's been some time. The previous employer, we had the opportunity to go to Texas. So we just went to the circuit outside of Austin. We went to all the famous places, Krause, Salt Lake, Southgate. We went to La Lane. We went to just to see how they did brisket.
Texas barbecue is it's like a whole entity in itself. It's like I'm from Georgia myself, and me being a proud Georgia guy, you know, you'd think I'd be like, oh, you know, Georgia barbecue is the best, you know, like whatever, but no. Texas has a whole. I'm fully on board with Texas barbecue, and we've made the holy pilgrimage a couple of times and gone on what they call a barbecue crawl.
Yep.
Cooper's out in Mono. Mm-hmm. They got the big fat smoked pork chop.
Oh, I had that at Krause. Oh my God! When you walk in, it's like time stop. Literally, the walls have smoke.
You're talking about Schmitty's.
Schmitty's, yes. Yeah. You're like walking down and like back in the 30s.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Well, you know, you walk in the back door. If you trip, you'll fall in the fire pit. Yes. All the laws there, like they're grandfathered in because they've been there so long. They got black stalactites hanging off the ceiling.
Why did we went there? We went there to learn how to make a brisket better, to know. And I was lucky that a couple of people actually just welcomed me, even though we in California people.
Yeah.
And I learned two things. Health department doesn't work very hard over there.
Yeah.
And how to hold the brisket so the brisket will stay tender.
What makes your barbecue different than, say, everybody else's?
The meatloaf and the meatloaf. Yeah, I know. It sounds like what? But we use a brisket, pork belly, and the ground beef. We make a secret recipe that I put together. And,
that sounds amazing.
It sounds so good. Different. You know, there's a couple of things. Our burnt ends, mac and cheese. Got to put your mac and cheese. It's something that a lot of people ask for.
Wait, did you say burnt end mac and cheese?
Yeah. It's a mac and cheese. How's made mac and cheese? Yes, made with Velveeta. I don't care what anybody says. Made with Velveeta cheese. And also St. Patrick's Day. We do it.
That's my birthday.
Because I do a brisket shepherd pie.
Oh, that sounds good. A green beer and brisket shepherd pie. Man, you're talking meatloaf, burnt in jalapeno mac and cheese. I can't wait to see that and try it. Bummer. Not my all-time favorite, but my all-time favorite was called Star Castle. I got another life. No, I don't. Wait. So this is where all the magic happens.
So we have Elena. Elena who runs the everyday operations. And then you got Rafa, who has become our everyday pit master. He is in control of everything. Make sure everything comes out the way it's supposed to. Make sure that we get the right woods. We use a blend.
Right.
Secret blend. Our friends at Bison Smokers out in Texas provide us with this 2,000 gallon beauties. It's getting warm up right now. So
I need one of these in my backyard.
Here, do I need my one?
Man,
Back here.
God, this is incredible looking. Wow.
That's actually one of my favorite things.
Wow.
Dig in.
This is called Cowboy Caviar. Let's give that a shot. Mom can't say I didn't have my vegetable stick. All right, so let's get into the meat of it. There's some pulled pork. Just the bare bones taste with no sauce. You can really taste the smoke in the meat. It's very flavorful. So you see it's got a good fat rendering in there. It's got good smoke ring. And I'm gonna show you, look at this. Oh man. Amazing. Very good brisket. I hate to say that, you know, very good, but it's, man, yeah. Perfectly cooked, perfectly rendered fat. Flavor is perfect. Doesn't need sauce at all, ever. A perfectly cooked brisket does not need sauce. Hey, so this is the one I'm really looking forward to trying. Meatloaf, man. Barbecue meatloaf. Got some nice bacon bits on the top. This looks amazing. Let's give it a go. I've never met mashed potatoes that I don't like. Like that, you know, like American staple. You know what I mean? Like meatloaf is meatloaf, but this is barbecue meatloaf. It's pretty dang good. That's insane. You guys want this half where I haven't stuck my dirty fork? I have a pretty big mouth, but I don't know about all that. Maybe I'll just half it. No. All right. So what we have here is we have a pulled pork, mac and cheese, grilled cheese sandwich. Look at that bread. Man, that's, oh, look at that. Wow. That's a lot of cheese. But man, that was good. I'm gonna try one more. And then, you know, that was good. It's amazing. Smokey and the brisket. Number one, the restaurant itself is incredibly designed. Any of you gearheads that love motorcycles and cars and all that good stuff, you'll be right at home here. As far as the food goes, I've got more food than I could probably eat in a week, and everything is pretty dang tasty. If I had to pick a favorite, it's like really hard. But I gotta say, the smoked meatloaf mashed potatoes, man, it's just so good. Brisket burn-in mac and cheese with jalapenos, God, it's very hard to pick a favorite. The mac and cheese, pulled pork, grilled cheese sandwich, the bread was incredible. The meat,
it's hard. Sometimes this job is hard. It's a very hard job to do. When we do a Texas crawl, you know, we'll bring about 6 or 7 friends, and you do just a platter, and everybody gets a little of something. So that's what I would suggest you do. Bring your friends down here. Go to town, man, because everything here is delicious. Make sure you make your way down here to La Mesa, California to Smokey and the Brisket. And please like and subscribe and leave a comment. Let us know where you want us to travel to next. Right now we're covering Southern California, so if you got any suggestions, that would be great. And remember, life is an adventure. See you on the back road.